back at it like a crack addict, automatic like a fomatic, built from tragedy, made for static. It's your boy, Perfect Summer Podcast, back with the blast, real fast, in and out with a dash. 2025 won't last, so we're going to get this done and get this cash. It's your boy, back again. I know you missed me yesterday, but I put up a video for your long form content. I need you to go watch it. Hit the like, hit the share, comment, but today, another day, top of the mid-morning, vertical live going up right now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You see the thumbnail. You see the thumbnail. We're gonna have a political discussion today. Everybody get your funky butts in the house, man. We're gonna have a political discussion today. Everybody come on in, man. We're going to have to talk about this, man. I need to know, man. I want to see all my contractors, my constrictors, my vassal constrictor, everybody that has contention with the brother. Come on in the chat, man. We need to discuss what's going on. And you don't have to tell me whether you a Trump fan or Elon fan. We don't care. We're not going to get into Democrat, Republican, but we do need to have a conversation. Oh, wow. We only got 15%, but that's cool. The battery's at 15%, but that's cool. That just means we're going to have to get in and get out today, man. That's good. But let's have a talk about these protests, man. It's protesting today. Some people say it started Monday. And so I want to get in and have a conversation about these protests, man, and the politics behind what's going on in the country today. Some real serious things going on in the country today. I mean, it's always, we had talked before about if you follow me and you check out my posts, my community tab, make sure you tap into the community tab in the post so you could really like interact with your boy. But I put up a community post talking about how much things have transpired this year. This year, you've had so much occur. I've said several times when I've talked about Trump in the past that, and for the first time, I've seen someone on the news talk about the first 100 days. When Trump gave his speech to the Congress, we talked about that, I think last week. That video did really well. Trump gave his speech at the Congress, and then the Democrats acted like children. What I said was, Trump mentioned in that speech, it had only been 43 days. Typically, we wait to the first 100 days. And finally, this week, I saw news reports discussing the first 100 days. Individuals need to understand, like, how fast the ball is rolling. I don't know, change is difficult for humans. You know what I mean? I've lost weight. I've gone through breakups, but change, I never change. Change is very difficult for the human, right? So we don't easily go into change. Who we got in the building? We got Danielle, we got Elijah, we got Zachary. Hey, I need to know how y'all feel about the protests, man. Some of y'all look young, like y'all might be in college. Let me read this real quick, man. Change is very difficult. It says here, widespread protests have erupted globally, right? This is not small. I've seen stuff all across the whole globe. I saw stuff in Mexico. I saw women in Mexico allegedly proclaimed feminists were beating up a bridal store. And the women were saying that the reason they were protesting the bridal store is because of gender norms and things like that. Like women no longer want to be kept in a certain box. So this is in Mexico. A lot of people might be surprised. Like you might think like Mexico or the Latino people are more, you got machismo and macho, and you think that the women don't have a voice. Well, right now in Mexico, women are protesting just like women were protesting in America. But that's just one example of global protest that's going on right now. I want to, Zachary said, do you think some cases of autism are actually just a lack of self-control and discipline? How do you distinguish real challenges from avoidable behaviors? Is that related to a protest, or are you a weird zillennial kid with a weird way of distracting the podcast? Because it seems like you're one of those weird zillennial kids discussing something, saying hi from the Providence, Rhode Island, Danielle. Thank you, Danielle. Elijah Garcia said hi. Shout out to Elijah. Shout out to Danielle. Danielle said sorry. So I don't think autism is something we should be joking about, Zachary. I don't understand the question as far as is there any protests right now with autism? You know what I'm saying? As far as that, I was really excited when RFK got the job. You know, it's kind of like it's been tough for a lot of us with this Trump. A lot of us is like, okay, Trump, we needed a change. That's why Trump got the mandate. That's why so many people voted for Trump. We need to change. So people voted for Trump. I'm not saying you got to tell me whether you voted for Trump. I'm not going to share with you who I voted for. But I do understand because at my age, at 40 plus, I've seen the give and go, the yin and yang, how politics go, you know, Democrats for this long, and then it sways back and forth to Republicans because, again, people wanted a change. It was obvious that the country was not going in the direction that everybody was happy with in the past 4 years. And this is the thing that happened during the last administration with the Let's Go Brandon. And this is the thing that I believe why people are protesting today. And I don't know if Trump understands. I don't know if everybody in the administration understands, but Americans have been unhappy. I think Trump understood that Americans have been unhappy, very unhappy, right? Americans have been unhappy, very unhappy. And so Trump used that as the mandate to get voted in. I don't remember Elon Musk. I know Elon Musk just popped up in the White House when Trump won, but I don't remember Elon Musk at the Biden debate. I don't remember Elon Musk when we were discussing Kamala Harris being slipped in. But what I think Elon Musk and people like that don't realize is that for the past 4 years, Americans have been unhappy. And this is the thing I want to talk about this morning, because people get on here and they be like, well, this is what went wrong and I'm mad. No. The last 4 years, Americans, everyday middle class, like me and you, people go to work every day, have been unhappy because we haven't been listened to. Like straight up. I don't know what you thought I was going to say, if you thought I was going to come down on some partisan stuff, but Americans in the past 4 years under Biden, the reason why he lost is not because so much, I said this last time about Elon not being a Democrat or a Republican. It's not about Republican or Democrat. Elon Musk is not Democrat or Republican. I don't see Trump as Democrat or Republican. And in the past 4 years, what really happened is Americans came together. Why do you see protests today? When you have protests, that's solidarity. And that's one thing that we don't ever talk about. The powers that be want to poison pen protests. But one of the things I've been in America for a long time, being 40 plus years old, one of the things I notice about protests is that all Americans. See, when you protest and when you get Americans upset, what you realize is it's not just one kind of American. We got black, blue, brown, purple. We got everybody from the whole globe comes here, and everybody is affected by certain policies. So when you see protests, when you see that thumbnail, you're going to see every bit and piece of America. That's the one thing about protests. It's unity and solidarity. People of all colors and walks come together and say, you know what? I'm not okay with defunding the Department of Education. It's not just white people. It's not just black people. It's not Democrats or Republicans. And I believe this is what I want to talk about today. What is it to protest in America? And what I believe this administration, and I want Trump to be successful, what I believe this administration is missing is that the Republicans did not get a mandate. Donald Trump got a mandate. The American people do not like politicians. This is the weirdest thing about what's going on. The American people are not happy with the Democrats or the Republicans. Just like the American people are past white and black, they don't want to hear black people complain. Black people don't want to hear white people complain. We're past the racism. We're past men complaining about women. We don't want to hear men on YouTube complaining about women. Guess what? Men don't want to hear women on YouTube complaining about men. We're past that. We're past pointing a finger about being Republican and Democrat. We are beyond that. We are pissed that no one is listening to us and how we want the country run. The citizens. Let's go, Brandon. It was a lot of Democrats that voted for Trump. They weren't voting Republican. We haven't discussed this because, everybody want to make money. JD gave a thumbs up. Thank you, JD. Make sure y'all hit the like. JD with the thumbs up. Go ahead and hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe, all that good stuff, man. When you see protests, one of the things a lot of people are upset. You hear a lot of people expressing issues with the Black Lives Matter. Did you know on Monday they took down the Black Lives Matter Plaza? On Monday, Trump had them take down Black Lives Matter Plaza in Washington, D.C. Now, I didn't even know there was a Black Lives Matter Plaza. So the thing that with Black Lives Matter, with the women's movement, when you saw protests in America, because America is a melting pot, you saw everybody. You saw everybody at a BLM protest, at a women's rights protest, at an LGBTQ protest. When it's a protest in America, which is unique to America, which is a beautiful thing. This is why a lot of us love this country. This is why a lot of us come here, because it's a melting pot. America is not a monolith. America is not one race of people. So when they say Americans are upset, the beautiful thing, when they say Americans are protesting, the beautiful thing is that there's solidarity. See, when hard times come, people stick together. And there is a solidarity that is occurring right now under the fact that it's not about, so the whole thing with CRT, think about critical race theory, the whole thing about the bathrooms. When you would have discussions outside of the internet, outside of a politically charged discussion, most Americans, we got children. We might have children that are LGBTQ. We're not having the conversation contentiously when we're not on the internet, when we're not in front of a camera. What we're saying when we're not on the internet and not in front of a camera is, I totally respect your son. I totally respect your daughter's choice to be whatever gender, but I have a fear for my daughter. Right? And two American people without a camera, without an audience, have discussions like, I respect your son's decision. And I honor your son's ability in America today in 2024 and 2025 to choose and appropriate whatever gender. That does not take away my fear and love for my daughter. And that was ignored. You understand what I'm saying? That was the real conversation real Americans were having. Family members, loved ones. This is crazy to think that everybody has a LGBTQ person in their family, and we all love them. We all protect them. We all support them. But the problem was we weren't being listened to. We didn't disagree with Biden on everything. We weren't being listened to. You put the tampons in the bathroom without listening to us. You made decisions on college campuses without listening to us. So Biden had to go with an overwhelming mandate. We weren't not voting Democrat. This is the talking heads. They were saying, oh, you didn't vote Democrat, or you didn't vote black people, or you didn't vote. It wasn't about that. Trump got a mandate because no one was listening to the citizen, to the people. And the protests are happening today because Elon Musk cannot hear us. And American people, which includes black, white, brown, male, female, gay, heteros, the American people as a whole are saying, bro, you fucking up because you're not listening to us. The American people, everybody is not disagreeing with Trump and Elon. They want to remind Elon Musk that you are not in charge. Trump, you are not a king. This is America. Even if I love you, Trump, even if I love you, Elon, I love America more. I don't want a king. You need to listen to the citizen. This is where Biden and the Democrats went wrong. The Republicans and Trump, you can't make the same mistake, bro. You cannot make the same mistake, bro. This ain't about partisan. It's not about that. It's about the fact, let's go, Brandon. break it down to the very last compound. Let's go, Brandon. Whereas a lot of Democrat and liberals pissed because Biden wasn't listening. Yes, I support Democratic policies, but you are not listening to me on this issue. And you making it seem like it's something wrong with me because of my opinion. I'm a citizen of America and I support you, Biden, but I disagree on this issue. And as a citizen, as a constituent, you didn't listen. So the Democrats got their ass handed to them. And I'm going to tell you, Republicans, the Democrats, this is the thing I said the other day. Gavin Newsom has a podcast. Gavin Newsom recognizes that the Democrats are leading from behind. But just like in America, the Republicans, y'all gonna shoot yourself in the foot. Y'all straight up gonna shoot yourself in the foot. I said that it's gonna be Gavin Newsom recognizes, who else got a podcast? Michelle Obama has a podcast, y'all better watch that. Michelle Obama has a podcast, y'all better watch that. I believe the powers that be are gonna go for a black woman president. After these 4 years, if Kamala Harris couldn't get it done, they're gonna force Michelle to do it. Michelle didn't wanna do it. Michelle didn't want to do it, so they put Kamala Harris in there. But the oligarchs, the tech bros, and the people behind the Democratic Party, there's a lot of money and power behind the Democratic Party, and they want to be back in power, and they want their policies. Y'all better look at Michelle Obama has a podcast. You better look at Michelle Obama. Who would vote for Michelle and Gavin Newsom? Who would be Michelle Obama's running mate? Y'all need to understand how Trump won. Trump won because Barron told him to go on the podcast. Everybody know Joe Rogan, Tim Dillon, these podcasts changed the election. So Gavin Newsom recognizing that, Charlie Kirk, the other guy, Dan Bonadingo, got head of FBI. The podcast is so powerful. So Gavin Newsom creates a podcast because he doesn't want to lead from behind. And we all know Gavin Newsom has his eyes on the presidency and higher political aspirations. So Michelle Obama now has a podcast like Gavin Newsom because, again, the Democrats, some of the people in the Democratic Party are thinking. Now, as I say to you today, we're having protests because people are not listening to the citizens. What is so powerful about politicians getting a podcast? And what should you recognize about the politicians who do get a podcast? Gavin Newsom and Michelle Obama understand that the citizens don't feel like their needs are being met and they're being heard. The power in a podcast is Gavin Newsom can go directly to the citizen. Michelle Obama can speak directly to constituents, and they can speak back, and they can build constituency. They can build consensus. They can grow their party. They can grow a voting bloc. That's what's been happening with Charlie Kirk. That's what's been happening with Republican podcasters. They go directly to the citizen, and they're growing a constituency. They are gathering consensus, and the Republicans won by a landslide. Gavin Newsom said, "I'm watching you, Charlie Kirk." Gavin Newsom interviewed Charlie Kirk and said, I watch you build a constituency. I watched you gather consensus. And you know what else Gavin Newsom said? As I'm watching you, Charlie Kirk, grow the Republican Party, guess what I also see? The Democrats not doing anything. And he said, I started a podcast because I'm not going to sit on my hands anymore and watch young American men like you, Charlie Kirk. You are doing the job. Gavin Newsom wasn't mad at Charlie Kirk. He invited him on his podcast and congratulated him and told him, you guys deserve the victory and you guys are doing the job. And I got a podcast because I recognize how good of a job you did, Charlie Kirk. You did a great job growing your constituency every day, talking to voters every day, maybe taking a Democrat and bringing them over to the Republican side. Every day, Charlie Kirk. So Gavin Newsom said, what are the Democrats doing? If Charlie Kirk is converting Dems every day, if Joe Rogan, if Dan Bonadingo, if all of these podcasters are converting Democrats every day to Republicans and taking votes, how are we fighting back? He started a podcast. So Who's going to be Michelle Obama's running mate? Michelle Obama not starting a podcast to get views on YouTube. Who's going to be Michelle Obama's running mate? And have the Democrats figured something out and have the Republicans missed the boat. I thought the other day that the midterms would be a slam dunk for the Republicans based on what Charlie Kirk and Gavin Newsom's conversation. But the one thing how the Republicans and Trump can shoot himself in the foot and lose his mandate if he doesn't recognize the failures of the Biden administration, i.e. not listen to the people. Because this is the thing that happened with Black Lives Matter. The country didn't understand how upset in the tenor of the nation. See, what happened with the Black Lives protest is that people were already on lockdown from the pandemic. They were already upset and confused because they felt like they were being lied to. The vaccines weren't working. People were getting sick. People were dying. They didn't know who to believe. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't know who to believe, but people were upset. People had lost loved ones. People couldn't see their grandkids. People couldn't visit family. So when the Black Lives Matter protest came around, it was prime. It was prime. Right now, what you should understand is that the American people are unhappy. They are broke. The check hasn't come. The IRS is holding up the refunds. I don't know no one who's got their IRS refund. People are hurting. Check this out. Would there be protests all over America, not just the globe, but if everybody had their IRS refund, people would be out on vacation and spending money. Wah, 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 wah. It's the same thing that happened with BLM. When did the protest stop? When the money came. When people had money to spend, they wasn't protesting. That's a fact. When people had money in the pandemic, they were spending money, going on vacation, posting on social media. When the money dried up, then you get the protest. Right now, why is everybody upset? People are finding a reason. Trump, y'all got to figure this out, Trump. Some of us want America to be better. People are looking for a reason to protest. People are looking for a reason to be upset. This is what happened before under Biden. People were looking for a reason to be mad because they broke. Relationships are broke. Inflation is up. Food is expensive. Those things hasn't changed. The reason we voted for Trump, hit the like button, everybody. Hit the like button. Liam Cole, the reason we voted for Trump is because of all of these things, and these things hasn't changed. Did I? All right, so I just put up a post. So we can get some more people in here. I just put up a post. Y'all share the show. Let me read this, man. I've been flowing. It's been 20 minutes. We got like 9% on the phone. So we're gonna keep the podcast going until the phone go dead. I'm gonna put the phone on the charger. But we're gonna keep this going until the phone go dead. Let me read this for y'all real quick. It says, widespread protests have erupted globally in early March, driven by the significant political and social developments, notably in the U.S. and Romania. In the U.S., the arrest of Palestinian activist Mohammed Khalil by ICE on March 9th, 2025 for his role in the Columbia University pro-Palestinian protest has sparked demonstrations in New York City, with police clashes reported on March 11 as the protesters demand his release. Have anybody heard about this? So basically, I've been hearing about the protests for a year. In the Biden administration, they've been having a protest. And it's funny today how it's coming out. So today, a young man got arrested for having a pro-Palestine protest. But do you guys remember the protest where they got attacked? the people who were doing pro-Palestine, do y'all remember the video where they got attacked by some young men? It was like 20 young men. They were sitting there singing Kumbaya, and then they got attacked. But everything you hear today is about the protests as if the protests are violent. I don't remember the protests being violent. The one violent thing I saw at one of these college protests is when the police beat up the students. Y'all remember when the police beat up the students, tear gassed the students? And then I also remember when the Palestinian protesters were attacked. Do y'all remember that? Let me see if I can find that. Protesters attacked. So this is new, but I'm talking about last year. So the internet works funny, man. It's not coming up because it's a narrative. They don't want. But does anybody remember in the chat when the pro-Palestinians were attacked a year ago? I want to find a video. Come on now. They not. I can't get nothing from April 2024. I can't get it, y'all. Y'all look for it. Y'all send it to me on my Instagram. Y'all send it to me on my DM, man. We're looking for the video of when the Palestinian protesters were attacked. I remember that video, and the police was there, and it almost seemed like they were allowed to be attacked. It's been some stuff going on in the country. Now they ain't gonna show it. They ain't gonna show it. And it's funny, man, the way the internet works. Remember they got in trouble for hiding stuff and pushing stuff to the top? But yeah, it's not popping up, man. I don't remember if it was on Columbia. But I remember that.
The pro-Palestinian encampment over at UCLA continues to grow tonight as demands for the end of the bloodshed in Gaza just intensify.
Well, so far the protest has been relatively peaceful, and the university has not called in police, but it's unclear how long they will be allowed to stay there. Mary Beth McDade is live at UCLA with the latest on the situation there tonight. MB.
Nothing coming up. Nothing coming up. But I remember that. We ain't gotta dwell on that though, because it's not coming up. We ain't gotta dwell on that. But have you guys heard about this young man? So the arrest of this activist, Mohammed Khalil, by ICE on March 9th has a lot of protests going on right now. So I got a video. I'll show y'all a video real quick of somebody who break it down. And it's kind of, I got a couple videos. We're going to look at a couple videos right quick because I know we like videos, and I don't know what's going on with the algorithm this morning. I don't know what's going on with the algorithm this morning, but let's take a look at what's going on in America right now, man.
Federal agents to arrest a man for speaking. Don't get lost in anything else. The rest of the story. The President of the United States sent federal agents under direct orders to arrest a man for speaking. That people are getting all tied up in citizenship and visas and green cards and all this other. The President of the United States sent armed federal agents to arrest a man for speaking at a protest, and they are now trying to deport him from the United States. Do not get this messed up. Again, they're going to be like, oh, but he's supporting the president of the United States. Sent armed federal agents to a man's apartment, ripped him from the arms of his pregnant wife, threw him in a van, drove him across a river, tossed him into an ICE detention facility, then flew him halfway across the country to hide him deeper inside of the ICE deportation system, so that way his lawyer and his wife, who is 8 months pregnant, could not find him, all because he spoke at a protest. The president of the United States did this. And then the president...
That's little Lebowski. Hey, does he know he got the look like the dude would not abide? That's little Lebowski right there. Shout out to little Lebowski, man. You look like Jeff Lebowski. You got that Jeff Lebowski down. I don't know if you went to the barber and said, give me the big Lebowski. I'm the little Lebowski. Jeff Lebowski is my idol. But that was, look at the little Lebowski. He got the beard, the dude abide. He got the whole look. That's the Duderino. That's Duderino. Dude Areno, he got the whole look. Look at him. The big Dude Areno. Dude Areno was upset. Shout out to Dude Areno giving us the information, man. So let's go get some more details about this arrest and why everybody upset. Now, there are details that they've been leaving out. So they said, like, okay, he got arrested. He did a protest, right? He got arrested for doing a protest at Columbia. He's in school. But then there's this. So I'm like, okay, how did Trump just arrest him? Well, he got a green card. He's not an American citizen. So you already know that ICE is on this shit and that the administration is supporting Israel, and you not a citizen and you in college. They might look at what you did as stirring up confusion and commotion. Now, yes, it is legal. Now, check this out. Check this out. It is legal to protest. Americans, listen to what I'm saying. Americans have an amendment right to protest. So the Duderino who we just saw, he's upset because he is projecting, right? He is projecting his rights upon someone who is not an American citizen, and he wants you to be upset because he is saying what they're doing to this non-American citizen can happen to you. So he's projecting. Now, I'm not against his projection. I am an American Negro. I understand projection, Duderino. I understand why you projected. I understand why you might be a tad bit afraid. You know what I mean? Because you're not used to the cold steel of handcuffs on your wrist. You're not used to the cold concrete slab for your ass. You're not used to eating shit on a shingle. So yeah, you might be a little bit afraid by the way you conduct yourself when you see this happen, because you are projecting your rights, your God-given inalienable rights upon someone who's not an American citizen. So he doesn't have the same protections by the law, by the Constitution. Like when you're here on the green card, you're supposed to be going to school. There's rules. There's things you can do and you can't do, or you get kicked out the country. And there's people who judge that. There's people who will say, you know what? You're supposed to be going to college. You're not supposed to be involved in no protests. We don't even like when Americans protest, but they have a right to protest. You do not have the same rights as an American as of yet. No, so somebody disagree with me in the comments and say, no, when you have a green card, it's cool. When you have a green card, you got all the constitutional rights. When you have a green card, you could do whatever you want, say whatever you want about the government. That's not true, but the comment section is open. Oh man, the power is going low. I got 5%, y'all. I got 5%. Sam said, they be like, Smooth, what? Can you teach me how to duck it? All right, let's take a look at
a young man by the name of Mahmoud Khalil, an immigrant and a legal permanent resident of the United States, is being held right now in prison, even though no criminal charges have been.
This is another thing. This is another thing too. As I show this, there's another thing. So the Department of Education It's got like a 30% cut, 1,300 people. America has the lowest education in the whole world. We have our all boys. So they tricked you by saying black boys are failing in reading and math. But the truth is, all men. They don't want to tell you the statistics on that. Sam, white men too. Young white men are failing in math and reading too, because their focus has been on women. But we're not gonna get into all that. But Sam, you know that already, right? So another thing about the fact that we have these protests, right? You have the Department of Education going through cuts. People are protesting the Department of Education. You got this Palestinian protest. People are protesting that, and the green card and what I just talked about. And then you have this comment from Sam, and someone said today, like, why are they cutting the Department of Education when we have some of the dumbest Americans ever in history? And here's an example right here with Sam and a lot of my comments. Americans, I don't think a lot of people are just idiots. And the Zillennials are idiots, and they just comment stupid idiot shit. And when something serious is going on in the country, they have the inability to be serious and process it. These motherfuckers are going to be the leaders. Sam and all the other idiots in the comments who just make idiot comments and don't got shit to do today, these people are going to be the leaders, and they don't know what it means. They don't understand the conflict in Israel. They don't understand geopolitics. They don't understand Palestine. They don't understand Hamas. They don't understand occupation. They just don't. And they don't care. They are so far removed, and they don't have the intellect. I want to play. Before I play this, I can't play this yet, because I realize that my audience is too stupid to get it. Like you guys are too fucking stupid to understand what's happening. Too fucking stupid, like fucking idiots. So let's play something else about the Department of Education. I saw something else about the Department of Education. It was George Carlin. George Carlin was, they put up George Carlin on Department of Education, and George Carlin said they don't want intelligent people. They don't want people. This is the big thing. This is what YouTube is. This is what the podcast is. They don't want people with the ability to sit at the kitchen table and have an intelligent discussion about what's going on in America. Right? They don't want you to be able to truly understand Democrat, Republican, what the platforms are, and grasp some of the concepts that I'm telling you that we really don't have Democrats and Republicans anymore. So George Carlin is saying, why are they defunding the Department of Education? Because they are happy with the level of intellect of the current population. Like the idiots, the trollers, the dummies, they love it.
The reason for this is the reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that...
Hold on, let me play this. Let me play this for all the dummies out there. Let me play this for you dummies. For all of you who like to make the dumb comments. Ain't got shit else to do. You can go to any other podcast, but you didn't have love for... How does Elon Musk disagreeing with what George Carlin just said? He said they own the politicians, they own the judges. Elon Musk is just in the White House. None of us voted for Elon Musk. None of us had a discussion. Congress didn't say Elon Musk has a special. I didn't hear Trump give Elon. Like Elon Musk, simply because he's a billionaire, has access to make change. This was never something that we understood. So when George Carlin is saying that they want you dumb, Sam. They want you dumb. They want you to say dumb things when having a geopolitical conversation. That's what, Sam, the reason I haven't deleted your comment, because I want to use your comment as an example of them winning. And here's another comment. These are examples of the oligarchies and billionaires winning. Trump wants America to be great again. I have said before, I don't truly think that the people want to be great. I think the people want to be mediocre. I think there are a lot of people who like being idiots. I think people like being idiots, and they do not want to understand more. And this is why I was saying this the other day to my wife and to some people. This is why it's more racist now, and this is why it's more biased now than ever. You might wonder how it is that Elon Musk and corporations are getting away with treating Americans the way they treat Americans. It's because they have cover. Okay, think about this. Think about an abusive relationship, right? All of us have seen, if you're unfortunate like me, you may have grew up in a home with physical abuse, right? And it was a very sad thing. And a lot of us wonder, and we talk about this, how does the abuser keep abusing people? Well, it's because the family protects the abuser. The wife lies. The mom lies about what the father has done. The mother, the grandmother, the community is keeping the secret. So this is how this horrible person keeps reoffending. This is what's happening with the large corporations and the billionaires. A lot of people are saying, well, how does Elon Musk get away with this? How are these companies getting away with this? It's because the idiots are covering. It's idiocracy. Remember the movie Idiocracy? The idiots are covering for Elon Musk. They allow the fodder, the fart jokes, all of the dumb things it's just like Idiocracy. When you watch the movie Idiocracy, everybody just wants to laugh. Put Gatorade on the crops. Just watch TV and laugh all day. Anyone who is serious is something wrong with you. In the movie Idiocracy, everybody just wants to make stupid comments and stupid jokes. That's it. And when someone comes in the movie and say, hey, maybe we should think critically about the crops. Maybe we should put water on the crops. Maybe we should think critically about your health. And then the guy is like, man, this guy, call the police. They call the police. When people are in the movie Idiocracy, when people think logically and use their brain, they call the police because people just want to do stupid things. We live in Idiocracy now. So when you say, I don't understand how Elon Musk is getting away with all of this, I don't understand how billionaire corporations are not paying everybody fair wages, it's because it's our fault. It's not Elon Musk's fault. Elon Musk would not be able. That's why today protest is so important. Protest means intelligence. Protest means that the American people are not asleep. Protest means that they are thinking about their current situation. If they're unhappy with their wages, if they're unhappy with inflation, if they're unhappy with the mortgages, they are using their brain. They're not eating the sugar. They're not drinking the alcohol. They're not doing the drugs. They don't want none of that shit no more. They want fair representation. They want their politicians to listen. They want equal distribution of the wealth. They don't want liquor no more. They don't want sugar no more. They don't want sex no more. They don't want to argue with their brother over the color of their skin no more. See, things are changing in America because things have got so bad. Why is there protest? Because things have got so bad. They're so bad that the idiots won't have nowhere to run very soon. Things have gotten so bad. Eggs are $20. And did you hear that the eggs are going up? It's just like the toilet paper. The toilet paper, and then what did we learn about the toilet paper? There was never a shortage on toilet paper. Who believes there's a shortage on eggs? If you go anywhere outside of our bubble, we live in a bubble in America, and we get pimped in that bubble. So in our bubble, they told us we was gonna get sick. In our bubble, they told us that eggs are $20 a dozen. But outside of our bubble, eggs ain't $20 a dozen. You know what was powerful? You know what was powerful? What was powerful when that little girl got murdered in Texas? To this effect of people living in bubbles and being trapped in narratives. And this only happens when the frequency is low. That's because there's so many low intelligence people that they can silo you. They can silo you simply in Texas. They can silo you in California. People live in silos because of the ignorance, the high level of ignorance in America. You know what I saw? A couple people made a comment when they showed how much the gas was in Fort Worth. Now, Dallas, a lot of people don't know, I say this all the time, Dallas is a major metropolis with billionaires. Dallas is not a hick small town. Dallas has billionaires. Y'all don't remember JR, y'all don't remember the oil money. Dallas has black billionaires and white billionaires and skyscrapers. There are and when you down south, you got to drive a lot of places to see a skyscraper. Dallas, my phone about to go dead in a minute. As you guys troll and try to fuck with me this morning, my phone about to go dead on you. Like, I don't, like, I live a real life. I'm in my studio with a fat joint and some tea and a $300 hoodie on and diamonds on my neck. I don't know. I got some $1,000 glasses on. You understand what I'm saying? These are Sergio Ferragamo. I live a real life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not picking on nobody when I call you an idiot and I say you an idiot. You motherfuckers is really idiots. Coming in my comment on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And then you gonna feel bad. I'm a YouTuber. I'm good at this shit. I really roast. This is what you do as part of a YouTube. I've been on panels. People come on my panel and people always want to challenge the king. People always want to challenge the king. That's what I do. I roast. I'm a comedian. And it's fun for me. But the truth is, it's not Elon Musk's fault. You know what I was thinking about earlier? That's on the same time as this Elon Musk conversation. Department of Education and these protests on the colleges. I was thinking, I said, why did it take Kendrick Lamar to this point of me insulting, you idiots out there? For you dummies, and there's a lot of you who are Drake fans, why did it take Kendrick Lamar? Like, what was true about Drake that Kendrick said was true the whole time? So this is how you got to know that people are fake and full of it in the world that we live in. All the people who are glazing Kendrick, you got to question them and their intellect and whether or not they're really intelligent and they have the discernment, because what Kendrick said was true the whole time. If they were a Drake stan and they needed Kendrick to open their eyes